what is the concept of plumbing? Plumbing is a part of building services. Building services stands for MEP services. MEP means mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. Apart from this, we have a number of very small services inside the building, but generally we call it as MEP services. Okay, so it's a part of that building services. If you go about the definition of plumbing systems, so it is that service that provide safe, potable water at adequate pressure and quantities. Okay, so pressure and quantities are the two most important thing while you are supplying the water inside the building at desired locations. So we have bathrooms, we have shower areas. So at wherever we have the demand of water, okay, so there we have to supply the water at desirable pressure and the quantities. For example, this is an hose bib, right? So in this case, there'll be some pressure of water while it is leaving this hose bib. So what is that pressure, minimum pressure that you have to maintain while supplying the water to this fixture? Okay, and the quantity means how much gallons per minute you have to you have to maintain that flow rate across this uh, hose bib. Okay, so these two things you have to keep in mind. This is very important, and we have to follow as per the standard. There's no calculation involved. We have to directly follow the standards. Okay, and carrying away the waste matter in a hygienic matter. So once you are supplying the water, there'll be some wastage also. Okay, so that wastage we have to carry outside the building in a hygienic manner. Hygienic manner means you have to carry out in a way that it should not smell inside the building. Okay, it should not splash outside the pipe. So that all those things you have to keep in mind. Plumbing systems are it's a network of pipes, fittings, tanks which are used for storing the water, and the other plumbing fixtures like water closets, lavatories, urinals. So it's a network of all those things which are required for water supply and the drainage. So water supply and drainage, these are the two important things in the whole plumbing design. It is basically divided into two parts. One is the water supply system and one is your drainage system. So in this course, we'll majorly focus on the water supply systems. Codes and standards. During our plumbing design, we will be using some codes and standard for our design purpose. What are those? So the most commonly used codes and standards are, the first one is your Uniform Plumbing Code, UPC, International Plumbing Code, IPC, National Building Code, that is NBC, and American Society of Plumbing Engineers, that is called as SPA. There are many more standards available, but the most commonly used that we'll be using in this course are these four. Now we will understand the concept of plumbing systems for residential homes and the commercial buildings. Like in our residential homes, you see we have one domestic overhead tank which is placed on the roof that supplies water to all the fixtures which we have inside our homes. This domestic water tank is either filled by the submersible pump, okay, or from the municipality line. Okay, now the water which get discharged from all these fixtures, okay, which is known as the black water, is supplied outside to the building, either to the septic tank or the municipality sewer line. So this is what the case we have in our residential homes. Whereas for a commercial building, the scene is different. Okay, we have a domestic overhead tank placed on the roof, and that supplies water to these fixtures only, which are non-toilet fixtures. Okay, these are the toilet fixtures: water closet, water bidet, urinal. Other than that are lavatories, hand spray sinks. These are non-toilet fixtures. Okay, where the water comes in contact with the human. So the tank, domestic water tank, will supply the water only to these fixtures, which is called as the domestic cold water. The discharge from these fixtures will be supplied to the gray water tank. This is known as the gray water tank, and the water which is discharged from these fixtures is known as the wastewater. Okay, what this gray water tank will do? What is the purpose? This will recycle that water, and that water after recycling will be used in these fixtures, because the water in these fixtures will be used for the flushing purpose. Okay, flush. So that is why this water which we are getting from this gray water tank is known as flushing or gray water. The water after discharging from these fixtures will send back to the septic tank or the municipality sewer line. This water which is discharged from these toilet fixtures is known as the black water. So this is what the concept that we have in a commercial building. Plumbing devices. We have classified the plumbing devices into four main types: appurtenances, accessories, fixtures, and appliances. We'll be looking at the functions of these plumbing devices. Appurtenances are used to make system more effective, for example, valves. Accessories, these are used to perform some useful functions like operating, maintaining, inspecting, or servicing, for example, like water meter. Appliances, water or drain connected devices intended to perform some special functions, that is, for example, a washing machine, okay, or a drinking fountain. So all that will come under the appliances. Fixtures, so it's an exchangeable device, for example, water closet, lavatories, wash basin. Okay, so all that will come under your fixtures. So we have a list of all the items that we will have in these. What are the things that will be covered in each plumbing device? So in appurtenances, we have valves, cocks and faucets, water hammer arrestor, shower head, and ablution hand shower. In accessories, we have water meter, flow meter, pressure gauge, water tanks. Fixtures. So fixtures, we have lavatories, bathtub, kitchen sink, water closet, urinals, and bidet. Appliances, we have flushing devices, drinking fountains, washing machines, and interceptor. Interceptor can be, for example, a grease interceptor. Okay, so all these are the items that we have in these plumbing devices. Plumbing fixtures. Generally, we have these 6 common types of plumbing fixtures: lavatories, bathtub, kitchen sink, water closet, urinals, and bidet. So one by one, we will be looking at each of these plumbing fixtures and their installation details. So lavatories, basically we have 4 main types: wall hung, or it can be a pedestal, or it can be a countertop basin or a corner basin. So wall hung will be like this. As you can see here, we have the installation details. This is your plan view, side view, and this is your sectional view. This is your pedestal one. Counter basin. This basin can be above the slab, on the slab, or it can be recessed in the slab. This can be 3 types: countertop, built in, or the third one is under counter. And the fourth one, we have corner basin. So corner basin is basically recommended for the bathrooms which is having very limited space, because it saves a lot of area. So where we have a limited space, we go with the corner basins. Second type of plumbing fixture we have is the bathtub. So in a bathtub, there are multiple provisions given, like for example, for the water inlet, overflow pipe, drain pipe for cleaning of the bathtub, and this bathtubs are having a slope with respect to the finished floor, okay, towards the drain pipe. It will have a cold water point, hot water point, and mixed water point. Kitchen sinks. Kitchen sink comes with the three different varieties, which is single bowl, single tray, double bowl, double trays, having a waste grinder, and triple bowl sink. In a single bowl sink, you see we have a single bowl and a single tray. If you see the installation details, this is your plan view. This is your section. In this case, you can see the length varies from 750 to 900 mm and width varies from 450 to 500 mm. And the height generally we used to maintain for the sink is 900 mm. That is 0.9 meters. Double bowl, double tray sink having waste grinder. In this case, you see we have two bowls and two trays. This is your plan view. This is your elevation. And in this case, we have attached waste grinder. This is food waste grinder in case of any solid food particle is there. So this will grind that to avoid any kind of clogging. This is triple bowl sink. In this we have triple bowels. As you can see, the length generally that is 1050 mm and the width is 500 mm. And in this case, we have triple bowels and the drain of these triple bowels is connected to a single pipe of 240 mm trap. There is another type which is called as the service sink. So service sink is generally, it is not for the washing of the utensils. It is not for that purpose. It is, for example, for example, you want to wash the mop, okay, or any dirty water, okay. So in that case, you can use this servicing. The servicing is generally floor mounted, having a hose bib. Okay, so this is for that purpose. Not this will not be used for the washing of the utensils. Fifth type of plumbing fixture is your urinal. Urinal we have five main types: bowl, stall, trough, pedestal, and squatting. So bowl you might have seen in the commercial buildings like malls. So the height, the mounting height, these are generally wall mounted. So the mounting height should not exceed 625 and minimum it should be 600 to 625. And this is called as your lip portion, and this is your bowl in which that trap is connected. Second is your stall urinal. So stall urinal is a special type of urinal. This is basically floor mounted. It is placed on the floor, and generally they are used for the special purpose. For the mostly we have seen that these kind of urinals in hospitals. Okay, so not commonly used, but for the special purpose, like the case of hospitals. You can see this is your front view and this is your side view. The height is around 900 mm for the stall urinal. Trough urinal. So trough urinal is again not most common in India, but in other countries. So this is a type of urinal in which multiple person can urinate in a single time. Okay, so this is for not for one, this is for the multiple purpose. Multiple people can use this at a single time. So generally the mounting height is 600 to 625 mm. This, as you can see, this is your front view and this is your side view. Pedestal urinal. So pedestal urinal is a again is a special type. Okay, as more costly as compared to the other one. And this is your floor mounted. Squatting type. So squatting type is again generally this type of urinals you will see in Middle East. Squatting type urinals where as in Muslims they are not allowed to pee in a standing position. So in that case, mostly in Middle East like Saudi Arabia and UAE, you will see these kind of squatting urinals. Okay, in this case, you don't have to stand; you have to sit over there, then you have to pee. Okay, so this is your plan view back, and this is your side view. Okay, this is same as the squatting water on that water closet. Okay, except you can only pee in this, not you cannot do the toilet. Okay, in this type of urinal. Next plumbing fixture is your bidet. So bidet is similar to the water closet. This is a special, you can say a plumbing fixture. This which can only be used for the women's. Okay, so this is specially for women, and the purpose is same as the water closet that we have. Okay, as you can see, this is your plan view, sectional, front view, and this is your bidet again, the sectional view.